Show, another blissful episode of Ghana's biggest, the most highly respected political, social, and current affairs talk show. And yes, share and anope. Yes, like I say, Emma Uchidi and Ponce weekend you about Hobaina and Rakwesi so Wakan Hodia ko near Kodana for the first Sunday na Yatutu Nyoma na Yabua. Say yeshia na the dialogue media so braso say yedi Ghana home komo na SMP krumpa one of the most vibrant story trendy political arena no is about this suspected cocaine flighter and the minority caucus in Parliament and the Honorable John in team for Joe akufo-addo krumha about the government spokesperson the Honorable Felix Kwacho Fosunso are responding to all these allegations and Munsemino obese aye pinso ewo Ghana 7th of April bosome aye Yesu amani hunu bosome chese Christopher Gidi se edu April bosome ne ewurama Easter no so eba na ne nyina mu no ene yehia se ono onyankropon wo so no kron ehunu mobro no hunu ye mobro na odi emfom so ache ma adepache na ya sanso ehia wa bi mi di owo ahene entwibu esi akwenta production crew ni nyina ebom chidom na today's discussion and Ghana's finest and biggest breakfast in the capital city Accra Madina Zongo Junction and Ghana and Komunina the ebro so be part of the conversation on social media Net2 TVGH on YouTube and Net2 TVGH on Facebook as well. Wait me, I follow it, like it, let's share, let's subscribe for others to also follow the dialogue. So now you hear Senebea trend no bit me akọ far. But this morning I want to share with you a motivational quote. Person me no chebibi na a show crying. Person me no chebibi na bow. Evangelist Adaroma. So and somebody be wa obi wa na no pe wa boto. Enti nsem bi say na a show crying. Was it don't worry about what people say behind your back. Don't worry about what people say behind your back. They are the people who are finding faults in your life. They are the people who are finding faults in your life instead of fixing the faults in their own life. Listen to this powerful advice. Don't worry yourself in life, or don't worry about what people say about you. And how the nipa kafa and nipa ka wachi. And don't worry about people or the negative things that they are talking about you. No. Hey, let people say all sort of things behind you. The same people, they are trying to find fault. The same people who say nipana or kawachirasem or kawachirasem to the extent that they are the same people trying to find faults in your life instead of them fixing their own fault. Ono ankasa na o ka onwasem no atinte wotu ya the two ena odi huru etreja de o ka o chi asem bone no esan se o pewo animguase o pewo sese bi wo de da obekọ osay munti obeka wa chi asem ya obeka asem onim oni ho. But the way the person will try to modify the story, obe modu asem na to the extent say I say sebi asem no kura no ho obetimi aka wo asem ya I say onini mi enu nyina de free oma mi eyam pie ema wa ba mu and how was ankofo no. You shouldn't be worried about those people. And when the nipa ka wachi ho hey odi waso ema nkomo bone utie enkomo hunu a wabra bono untimi move ahead. Entie ne nipa ka fa ho bunua egu waso si waso entie de wo ka fa ho. But you need to focus the esiwu wani so ene botaye a wode esiwu wani so ene bosha onyame ashafa ho no eno na you need to stay focused towards that. Your vision and your mission towards your own life. In order to achieve all these things, you need to stay calm and focus on your dream. Da yeso pabi a waso said that chibi no be di petitu ama wa ankasa wo da achi no ene wa brabo eno na ma wani nkoso na entie de nipa e kafa ho udi enipa anu achi a ena mpani ka se udi de etuo aye abo achi a wahwe abo nam enam a yeku de etuo aye nam no onwe nam da was etuo timi tete nam etuo yetimi tutuo kum abo akrante no watete ohwe se ne watete na wahwe sa nam no onwe nemom udi nsuo hyesu so na uhum aboa akrante na odi mako ni je ne pro ho a ebesa ye wakono we kire se entie de nipa ebeka nemum tie wa nkasa wo ho na toko wanim. And you can also pursue your visions and aspirations by not opening your ears for others. This is the dialogue show. When you futu adopay mede Emma ahefo ewo the dialogue me so you say cocaine be pure kroma. Anytime NDC is in government, and I'll bet cocaine some. Cocaine be kwa ira e chei mo be kaya ache ekopie aguna swedru on kaya o de enti mampani o te akonya so se Ghana for enche ne bi mu ewura fiade. Yeti kroma ha and air flight aeroplane na be land kroma edi na fuanum 5 days nipa bi amfri aeroplane mansi enipa bi ankwa for aeroplane omo team pilot for the omo on board na ni hu so musi omo be di djuma bayi. I know that the minority in Parliament, led by the Honorable Ranking Member on Defense and Interior Committee and the Member of Parliament for the good people of Asin South, Honorable Reverend John Intim Fojo. Was to say, air flights na ebe kromano, cocaine do so po, cocaine in home. And some like pin so kromao, cocaine some like pin so. Abanka sama for Felix Kwacho for so say there be any cocaine home. Aeroplane na buy na tire pie. Enti na omo denti omo chene say omo hwe engineer se beba na omo behwe na tire na apai no ya fix here. But I'm asking. Say oman na yetimu sisi ano. Ghana ayetiwo sisi ameno ekase no. Sa nkomo we ya ekono. Abetodwa no se party mienu wei NDC MPP amanyokuo mienu yi a o maba ban mu we ba na we kọ we ba no mokọ we ba no mokọ ayefa no mo pese omo de o man na nkasa kokodu dachi. These are the questions we should be asking. NDC for o park na chi a o meto abo ba park re so sa ene de to bia ba park no so amokasa. Listen to Kwachi Ofosu. I say me a work kafa inti for you. And then the fellows Kwachi Ofosu say, yeah. So it's hurt so much to the extent say, and then the ya. Or say the president is not. I don't want to believe this story. That the president is not interested in investigating cocaine scandal at the airport. We want to make an example of Intim Fojo for not knowing when to shut up. Really? Intim Fojo should shut up. Felix Kwacho Fosu said any baby no man no den with NDC pencil or number 1. Sam George, the Honorable Communication Minister, or number 2. Sami Jemfi, number 3. The Honorable Foreign Affairs Minister, Okujeto Ablakwa. You see, you say abaya the botechino. And no one ba yerebe bonho. Who are mema? You bet me demonize you. I try to criticize you, to accuse you. And I'm only doing one ashamasa. Ghanaians are watching. You shouldn't forget, sir, you have just 4-year mandate. And fear naipo. MPP were in government last 8 years. Nana Akufo-Addo was the president of this country. Now he's the former president. Emre yeninin kaso. Emre Yenyini nkaso. The position that you've occupied, the positions that you've been, given to, occupy. It is the constitutionally mandated Ghanaians who exercise their right to vote for you to come to power. Ghana for, per the constitution, 18 years Ghanaians with sound mind. Power. It is just a privilege, 4-year mandate privilege that has been given to you. If you don't play your cards well, the same kokromoti will send you back home. It has happened to you before. It has happened to the MPP as well. Since the Fourth Republic of our democratic dispensation up to now, 32, 33 years of our democracy, these two major parties, MPP, NDC, Oma, and to say NDC for nya kwanya nenu, omuhunu se emre yenyini nkaso. I am telling you, sir, when the Ghana for they are very smart. Don't ever think that Ghanaians are not intelligent. Ghanaians are very smart and sharp. They are watching. Because any time, the all cannot and pay your construction in Moko, Ukraine phone or radio, Ukraine phone or social media, or two TV, or Koma Koso. Why the on Onya Kwenya Medina Hankasa into Tia de Koso? When the neighbor say, hey, where more so no more can say, and I'm also buyer, dear Namuye. The issue of galamsey, Makan was them galamsey. But when the NDC were in opposition, they were accusing MPPs or government officials. Hey, they were now more galamsey. Oh, there are issues in this country. We don't need to politicize it, but they are man yourself. Adia that boy anyhow. To some missing containers, cables oh my Ghana phone and be fix yamai. Young call fix matogu, but they are doing politics out of it. Baby, you might not do no. It's time for Ghanaians to understand. Say, baby, you might not aircon. Say, di sanko fukoye chia. One kasa obra. One obeda. Oyo ba one shall draw to crown shebi. No one shall attend the call. Or a bema boxer crown shebi. Because I said no credit in your memo. O man a busy basa. No credit. Less than 3 months. And this if I feel no manya bosomiensa. Yes. Because you swim and penny John Mahama in 7 January. So 7 February, 1 month. 7th March, 2 months. And a 7th April, and then bosomiensa. 3 months in government. Missing containers, 1,320. Suspected cocaine. Baby, I don't know why. You see, so otiechena obosum bobonia. Obosum bobonia. All in the name to win power. Ube ditro. Ube cancer money egu ni hu fin because ube person di nkunim. And nkunim di na odi no, it is bouncing back at you. And na ebu bomo no. Na se Ghana for extra vigilant. Ghanaians airport no, airport ko osisi a MPP for be edwuma ho, NDC for edwuma ho. Obi wo ko be no so NDC no boa or the information be man party for. Say na mo so more opposition na nko for more information no. Sa mo be yi go for adi, mo be yi we adi be sak, mo be yi adi a mutimi yi obi adi sa. There are people in the civil servant service omo MPP for. And 4 years, mo dey have muti anye ya. Muti anye ya 8 years na mutimi ntwo. Was one. Mo candidates are modern 2028 way. Candidates. There are 4 key people in the MPP. They are already known in the system. They are already known in the system. Mo nipa ya te se wan hwa dachi amampani John Mahama free wa obe ni tibe ye obeba iresi dun katia most general Yera Julius Debra se nipa mienu ana kojo bonsu ana kwabledu for kwa de saba wa old man se nipa miensan and it's likely say mubako and any panay bear flag bearer of NDC. Now Ghanaians are watching keenly. They are watching Ghana for her. They are supposed to be a Ghana for her. But the mami friends here, Kofi Amponsa Osia Henede Agudi Munsemeba over the weekend matches because Ghana Premier League and Yakra Edi Anono. And Edi Anono. Into a bobo and 17 nano Ediba. Anope. Midi or Hene and Chibu Siakon. Then 2 TV the dialogue Suni. Yeah, Koba near the cancer because and somebody because remember Quine Wakasano pay. Remember Quine Wakasa Anope. And somebody be a dika. I was there, Munso Kemi. And in front of mine, headed towards me. Say, a Micheno, Abesi Krumha. A dear womb, say a bamu penny for, say Omuna Ekanokre, say opposition Ekanokre. I'm running crabby and betray. It's time for sports. Kofi Amponsa, Osiahene, I ready. And go to Yagudi Musem.
Yes, I know some of our bio na yemfa de akoso world of sports and family na no pay. From Kofi Amponsa, we say live on Facebook, you're live on YouTube, social media handles ni active. We turn you net 2 TV GH na you know share de akoso e world of sports. Now yen shase we do say next year and na you be host to the major tournament we are seeing na anybody US, Canada, Mexico World Cup, Ebaso 2026. 16 cities. Na yenshe venues are able host to this important World Cup na Ebaso. Na wa who say yes. Enya grosso na bekoso next year. US, Canada, Mexico. So when venues na able host to this important World Cup na Ebaso next year. Enjoy when you are to us. Right, so when various city who to the upcoming World Cup so next year our US, Canada, Mexico, our 16 cities, and I know I said the course. So now Kevin De Bruyne is one of the finest midfielders you produce world football. No say after this is the better year or England. You enjoy these highlights from Kevin De Bruyne. Na yemetwaso. So yeah, that one, but you enjoy a game. It's a happy weekend. Spain La Liga because FC Barcelona 1-1 against Real Betis team. No, then also Real Madrid lose at home against Valencia by 2 goals. You enjoy that 2 games highlights. No, na yemetwaso.
Who has scored the goal? So Valencia is so close to going behind, but Mamardashvili saves the spot kick. And at the other pre-match press conference to come back into the side, but it's Fran Garcia who starts this one. Here's Brahim, chance for Mbappe, and he swipes it in, and he was interfering because I think it's Mbappe who's the player in the offside position. So this might be the saving of Mukhtar Diakabi. There's another card coming out for someone else on the bench. I think this time it's 10 minutes before half-time. The ball into Mbappe. Nicely played into Brahim. Mbappe with a shot, and it's tipped over the top by Mamardashvili, who's having a very special first. Modric with the corner, flicked on and into the back of the net. Vinicius scores. He missed the penalty in the first half. He makes no mistake from close range, and we played just 4 minutes of the second period, and it's Real Madrid 1, Valencia 1. Certainly saw that in the first half. Both ends. There's the header. It's almost spilled by Fran Gonzalez. He pushes it out for a corner. The 90 into Mbappe. Back to Fran Garcia. Mbappe! And just past the post. Oh, he saw 2 efforts in the first half. Up against Tadiga. Tadiga makes the block. It's being helped up by Max Aarons. Gets the cross in, and that's a brilliant save. Valverde with the shot. Mamardashvili palms it away. Real opportunity that for Real Madrid. Dinked forward into Bellingham from Alaba. Bellingham gets across the back post, rising is Andrik. Is that handball? That's certainly what they're appealing. It was Diakabi who made... Drop for Hugo Duro, lays it off to Diego Lopez, and he sent Rafa Mir through. He's got a player in the middle. It's Hugo Duro arriving! And he's done it again. The player who loves to score against Real Madrid has scored a goal he's never going to forget, because it's 4 minutes into added time, and it surely is the goal that gives Valencia their first win in the Santiago Bernabeu for 17 years. A breakaway from Carlos. Returns to the starting lineup.
Yes, sir. It's good to be here, Duncan, with you. It's in reality, we're seeing.
Here comes the strike from Pedri. First evidence the game is pushed away.
We were saying it very early on.
Tries to go inside. Ferran Torres, promising move for Barca. And it's the opening goal of the game. Delivered in by Gavi, who returns to the starting lineup. Well, the player from down south with a slightly muted celebration, but he's put Barca in front after just 7 minutes. It is Barca 1, Betis 0. Gavi strikes after a corner first of the game for Betis. Now the players look to fan out to either post. It comes into the middle. It's the equaliser. Scored by Nathan. Has launched into life from the start. Nathan scores for Betis. And Raul, very impressive. And as we have another look at the goal.
So when they are so Spain, 2 clubs are more fighting for the title. Now, La Liga League table, no. Na yemetwaso La Liga table, no. After say a ball weekend game series, no. You share positions now was okay. So Barcelona lead with 67 points. Madrid Eman close marking with 64 points. In team say game no e mo pa 67-63 it's a 4-point gap ne separate Barcelona and Real Madrid after 30 games echo so far was Spain La Liga. Now you heard you see Ili Sunset that Fiorentina and so any Arsenal game no produce 4 goals. You enjoy that highlight to the game happy or Ili between AC Milan and Fiorentina.
Goodmanson here with the chance, and Chow has put it in the back of the net. And then it's his second touch which carries it in, which is why this may go down as an own goal. Albert Goodmanson will take huge credit though. Mandragora's cross, Dodor arrives and Ken blasts it in. The gritty dance is there again for Moise Ken. It's number 25 for club and country this season for the Italian. Abraham away from Dodor. Abraham still. Pulisic. Abraham! It's a superb Milan goal. Tammy Abraham gets the Rossoneri back on track here. Goodmanson.
Mark also Ili now young call Germany Sunset Dominic no Sunya win over Augsburg by 3-1. You enjoy that highlights no na it was.
Oh, brilliant! You knew this! Obviously, you can't copy the Leverkusen game, but at times, you have to.
It's an A. Excellent challenge, but it's still loose, or has he done that? Musiala. Unique to take. That's Waleese. That's a gorgeous ball in, and they have punished them straight away.
Poor delivery as well.
Now look at the space for Sané. One-on-one. Can he finish it? Sané, brilliant save by Darman. Might have hit the frame of the goal twice in the second half. Is that a free kick? No, says the referee, but they've lost it. Sané, and it's in.
You know what you get.
It quickly.
It's when you walk across to Germany, buy an episode cover globally. Tieman Kakran in France, they don't say PSG, every need title no. In Paris Saint-Germain, every need title no France. But Kevin De Bruyne, one of the finest midfielders a producer associate football. No decided say after this season, we say goodbye to England soccer. You enjoy some highlights from Kevin De Bruyne of Man City. Na yeme twaso.
Standing!
The one who's ready maybe to move in this Hall of Fame, who has been consistent over the last 7-8 years, is maybe De Bruyne, who has been exceptional in efficiency and quality and decisiveness in the big game.
Well, Kevin De Bruyne is the best passer of football in the world. I think he just plays the game at his own speed.
De Bruyne. Sané's going to get to this. It's another one. Kevin De Bruyne with his first offer, and what an offer it is! And a goal already.
Ming saw it. In goes De Bruyne.
Kevin De Bruyne! Good one!
Kevin is an amazing player, everybody knows, and he's good, trust me, but it's insane, you know, the passes, we find each other, the chemistry feels so natural. I go on the run and he finds me. When this feels natural, nothing's better.
Ryder in there. Haaland's battling, Haaland's scoring! Rudder's got Grealish if he needs him, but this is
The finest players world football, England, Kevin De Bruyne, and I enjoy some highlights of him. Now let's talk about the Akoso Ghana Kumosan say basketball Weekend the self-carrying team Golden State Warriors. Lose your bats. The amount lose no. It's all because some with just self-carrier they'll be trying no. Yeah, ne hardly. To get a normal man close marking.
It stinks. It has to stink if you're Steph. And they don't have any weaknesses. Look at what Steph has had to deal with all night, man. Like, game after game, to have to deal with this, it stinks. It has to stink if you're Steph. And they don't have any weaknesses. Look at what Steph has had to deal with all night, man. Like, game after game.
A part of NBA, yeah, you love to watch NBA across the US. Yes, US was say one of Ghana's outlets. Ghana's outlets, I just said, what about so ye, quite new year pa a Aminu, Saminu, weekend day, our Florida Open Door Championship, no, on a win with 100 meters dash, no. Na yambo you na bema na basu because performance I've done a D now every year. O make it time of a 9.87 seconds. Ewo 100 meters. It's nearby a full highlight of how the performance no. Of course I no pedi. If I say about basu because of a year they were all raising Ghana flag and high. Ewo US. It's yambo you na bema no abasu say weekend or my ni edgy papa. Ewo Ghana hasi. Now I'm fee quick because of time. So Nations FC ewo defender be a friend Razak Simpson. The modern mono couldn't impa on screen so. Na game back so between Nations FC and Hasselhoff. Ni go no air trend because of the strike now or putting up on that day. Yenshe Razak Simpson of Nations FC. They be original. It was almost center half and not striking that ball straight to Hasselhoff on net. This video a trendy pa and Obia so Bonabaso. I just say you Ghana Premier League, you know. A lot of talent to mass, many Kongwa, you better produce a lot of talents. In Tiamo Razak Simpson Abaso say Oma we are seeing a about a Ghana Premier League because of this wonderful strike. Now, you have games of course weekend in the results up for weekend results of Ghana Premier League. Some say, the Kobana say, Hasselhoff and when you win over Mediama by a good no. Heart Lions at Pandu and Nekotoko Ebo 1-1. Do you see in your win over a year go SARS by 2-0 and a Kobana Samatis. As when you win weekend day by 2-0 against Akara and Simino. Young Apostles, Legon is given a 0-0. Then Basekoli Stars. And so in your win over Bekum Chelsea by 2-1. Inti winning some results there call so weekend day. Adriana in your win over Vision FC by a good to know. Inti one game while I was saying what kind of a Ghana Premier League game sir. And also a Koso weekend. I just say, and then Nation FC versus Karela United. So these are games are a basso and ewo Ghana Premier League no emo. Na a baby game because of a year Razak Simpson all trendy all over the place because of that performance against Hasselhoff team no. Right. Yewi anapay na yema yenyaba efia Mafuwa Enchi, a belated happy birthday. Na we no fi YNWA family ewo Ghana ha. Aye ni abe ma chirmanti kufigo kan. And some we say omunia ba no a happy birthday. Saturday night birthday. It's a belated one and koma yenia ba. Efia Mafuwa Enchi. Now we shall na ɔma wo kwatenten ahode wom ebesia anɔpɛ ne adase so ye parts of the sports segments on Net2 TV from Kofi Amponsan osi ahene ɔwa ahene atwubu esa kwesi national agenda ekoso on radio dialogue so ekoso on Net2 TV matching.
Amponsa Usiahene and the sports tidbit Abra on the dialogue media. So 7th day of the 4th month, the year of our Lord. The Ekoso the Ghana Premier League and the Mona or the Abra Krobia Santi Kotoko Eda so ready kind with 46 points. Igusua Yepim Eko Yenim. When it's the FA Cup and so Ekoswa Yekos semi-finals. When it's a crew of Munui Jiasha Branche Poli and Munyama Nekra Hobertono Kakresanze Lukum no Krabesina Yencheno. Anti Sabri Akoye SMP or Ghana. But in all, World Cup on this stadia, Omo Ebe hosti about 16 centers, Mexico, Canada, USA, and also the whole community at the Abre on the dialogue show. But before the entertainment news will come your way, the Honorable Minority Leader Alexander Afenyo Markin, the Member of Parliament for the good people of Efutu constituency, Winneba to be precise. Now, what distinguishing and to the extent say, since or assuming the office of the before majority minority, no, what Chese and Pajuman obey, and he's indeed doing the work. Well, raises some critical concerns be about this gold board. Ya for me. You see tie asemno kakra. Yenti ira Alexander Afenyo Markin.
Thank you for the opportunity to add my voice to this debate. Let me thank the Finance Minister for availing himself to take us through the whole essence of this bill. Let me thank also the Committee on Finance for their industry in helping shape the bill to its current form. And in fact, the willingness on the part of government side to listen to various concerns that were raised earlier. And finally, this afternoon, the leader of government business chaired the winnowing committee and navigated through a very complex process of winnowing, where we were able to get to a very good point on the way forward. Not forgetting the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, my respected friend and brother, Emmanuel Amakofibua. But Mr. Speaker, I've been sad today because of issues of inefficiencies in our SOEs that affect the public purse. Dr. Kasiel Atuforsen, as finance minister, means well. He wants to ensure that we have sufficient forex to stabilize the city. But we must be careful. We must be careful. Mr. Speaker, if you look at this whole bill, the fact that it is focusing on small-scale mining, if care is not taken, we may end up promoting galamsey. And that is of grave concern to this side of the House. Mr. Speaker, we also believe that there should be further stakeholder engagement on this bill. Mr. Speaker, already we know all the challenges that the SOEs are facing, the monies that we give to them from the states, and the drain on the public purse. Are we creating another bureaucracy? Couldn't we have conceptualized this and given it to the private sector to still achieve the same purpose? Today, whereas the Ministry of Agri needs more money and is not getting it, we are giving $270 million to the Gold Board with the aim of regulating and ensuring that they get the gold from the market and export. Those who are going to benefit
approved $270 million to the Gold Board. $270 million. This is very interesting. So here's the case that the minority leader is of the view that at the end of the day, this Gold Board issue may end up promoting galamsey. Now look at the state of our water bodies. Look at the state of our forest reserves in this country, all in the name of illegalities in our rivers. These are the pictures, pictorial evidence of River Pra, the Ankobra, and other rivers in this country. I have been saying, and I keep on saying, and I'll say it again, that kidney issues are on the rise in this country. Kidney diseases. I have been working with a kidney and liver related specialist. I've been moving with one doctor, Dr. Nana Dankwa. He's a kidney and liver specialist. And if you look at the cases that has been coming to his facility, it will shock you. So, Yera Alexander Osahen Kwamina Afenyo Markin, we a national issue. Gold Board no say. Go de to okroma hanyina no yemfa mfa omunsam. Te say de toko ko no mo nso akoton dwama so. No mo be ma won so price. But here is the case. Gold Board ukramai. Now look at galamsey. Look at the state of our water bodies. And the Honorable Alexander Afenyo Markin and not trans that be and you may be a cost to Kruma. We shouldn't be doing politics in anything. Be bia yede amanyosem. Be bia yede amanyosem. You politicize be bia. By the end of the day, say insione kwaye ne say ya. Kanin ka unam forest out tem wasu ni ade. And unam forest adi and morning nyina dwane ko chemicals apamon excavator chamfine de krr yeti krom ha and I say Chinese Mining Association for omo pound toma na o mampani nua and a special guest a yes signal and a casachre. A mummy bio. Yahweh bio na dachi bino in chima bomb penny for me by you. Mummy be the SOEs are there, Alexander, or Saheneka Wasam. State-owned enterprises. Was he a Tamsikamon? We a Tamsikamon. Then we know for Swabia. But NDC force on no other power. A new king, new law. But I've been saying, say, 4 years in fear 9. In fear 9 po. In fear 9 in year come say Kim. Ghana for Besa Kotwaba. Kokromotia and Ofra Kunyano. Kokromotis also do basic form. Hey, Ghanaians are very smart and intelligent too. Don't take Ghanaians for granted. Because you should also note that the MPP were also in government just recently. And Akufo-addo was described as the president of the Republic of Ghana. Now he is called the former President's Association. Now I call join it. MPP what power? No one can say, oh, NDC the more power bio. So real fear. But Ghanaians say there be mbekofi, mama kofi. So NDC is over power. Obi to say, Papa, on I'm not to Agyapong, Professor Jampu. And they were a CEO of Ghana Shippers Authority. What University of Ghana? Na ofefe my one no more max nyinano. Sana ni nyinano pe baby ase. And then question baby say I will make sure say MPP will not get closer to power. Really? Uye nyankopon, you are not God. Uye nyankopon. Atinte hu ane tria oto o legon ho. Atinte hu pa legon ho. Sex for grade honsem pinson. Ofe mai wano. Mesi me call investors eh. Me to sua de sa na bai wa ba ko ba se crash de usua na ma. So first and video e ma we lecture. O se me se oba o. O se emma e ka be 15 minutes. E no no aba church topics bi ma me se sua ha na ha ba sua ha be ba. Na me say sister yi asema o ka me hwe kakra na me hwe kakra. E ma na e dangerous o. E ma no omu e dangerous o campus. Ti afi de me sua di sa o ko na me say ah gay say ma ade me sua nyina yungura. Na we mum na me sua topics we. O wana me train e nyame nkronkro kasa kire me. Se me mfa de me sua nyina nto baabi. Na me nti oba because oyoba o dangerous o ni hu yehu. Baabi o free bar a me te me baabi a obeka kire se me nya de me sua na me sua we no ma me ntie no. Ya de paper no beto o say crane start work me ko hwe de me sa na me sua nyina e bola. Baabi o me wie na musa so konya we. Sa na wakonya paper na sua. Ka me tiate. Ka me fele poto. Ema entenya wan say lectures ibi fifi o ma no. Enya wan say fifi o ma no campus wo. Emu ba akona sem Professor Jampu. University of Ghana, Ghana Agyapong. And Onya Shippers Authority akose. Then o ka che Ghana for say no be make sure say Ghana MPP won't get power closer to power. Oh, we shall see. Obi ba sorry wo krom ha Ghana for be boom edinachi. Now also got traffic send MPP for officials meeting fee no. Also be traffic that honorable say sa Ghana for say na mote. Yes, omo smart. Yemfa the Bokata Munsemra Tau. And Yemfa entertainment in Tremedin, Mabidu Afonso Abidu. Tena Dajeni Posokra. I was for the dialogue, Jumedi, you can't say no senate here. Ghana no crassa. Any pana, a dear dear any more crum, how one year you. But to say, Obi to say, opening Richard Jacka. Radinian, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Who got to ambulance bray? And I saw a national security one way to only dear him and Umburan for fee. Oh, Hania Bura fee. What thou shall box up, put to prove near 12. But who say a in fear 9, made a mecana, but be seen fear 9 or so. In fear 9 be a swan, yes, yes, Uncle Toba. In fear 9, 4 years be a swan, yes, Uncle Toba. 4 years in the baby. and the much abosom miensa nti wa adwen say oh 4 years na bebre wanya enche bia na atitahaya na ba na ho na Ghana for start so mark you they will start marking you oba akunya so yeah ohini bi wo okre on agenda 111 wakasem bia fa na akufo-addo justice fato so ti was it if you meet President Akufo-Addo before us, tell him Okre is grateful for the Agenda 111 hospital, and we will mention his name till we are no more. Okre, Chiefs tells Eastern Regional Minister. Munti asem we be friba. Ghana for Munti. Eastern Regional Minister currently, or Oba time politics a friend any T. Akufo-Addo Agenda 111 emu maako 5 ya uma commission a hand over to Ghana Health Service. Now all come down no ama Ghana Health Service no o acknowledge omo e ma adwumadi ma so omo MPP amandi omo Akufo-Addo mpodi say Akufo-Addo na si as if you say omo an na si sa 3-month hospital 5 no e na hemfo no say ushia mampani a minister ya catch no ushia mampani dada catch and say we the people and the chiefs of Okre we are so much grateful. Yani so the way am I? So who money dia yani him for everybody di. All the politics I. If you meet President Akufo-Addo before us, tell him the people of Okre, we are so much grateful for the Agenda 111 hospital, and we will mention his name till we are no more, meaning till we die. Minister on the frack into my own. Oshe Cabanes let share him from you about. Oh, commission dear. Near there, your management. Just acknowledge. Cause oh, your mom and Penida da Akufo-Addo abaso. Say Nensano ni Agenda 111. Yes, you be kakra day atwaso. And you may be any hospital inside hono. And Kunyana any hoa. Yes, you be day. Ebe tobi egu ho. Edu kwasi ade wakọ transfer them. Me say obonsam jimi de nipa beko. Oh yes, nipa beko because of politicians will go there pa. Cause omo pen no cre. Nipa bakwa na no credit me fe the late Professor Mills. Thomas oba foforo na or commission one of the project no tons afro man pendera kufo. N1 mo sama oluma bra because onza kufo na dey ye hyase ye. But politicians are eba na saying oboa. On person be bodi impo ni aka se wo na ye. Nanso obi anim se wo ka agenda 111 na enipa ni di bata ho Akufo-Addo 111 hospitals. Yetime wiemu 5. Na 5 no ye nurse for akoye modwuma. Bonidi keke say oh mampani da Akufo-Addo money yo keke no be kaye na no dru because of politics e fra nani. Wanya bibia ma wase after the chrono na osa abo no. Ye hwe me say emfie 9. Eni achiro hunt eyemfie 9 say Yesu ama na da so ti ha Ghanaians are watching yeti kroma na aircraft abesi kroma ade port ye wom besi na after se car plane and tire pai mi hu bi da menti bi da say after the plane tire pai a pai wo wiem na timbesi for say plane sabin ke boat ade aeroplane ye say fu bi da ya afo hey, aeroplane tie to be pie. Look at this one. Where if I were President Mahama, I would ignore, in quote, noise maker in Team Fojo. Hey, Ofozukachi, and then our government spokesperson, Diana Okasa, Oto Ayampia. If I were President Mahama, I would ignore, in quote, noise maker in Team Fojo. In Team Fojo is making noise. Oza. Tama mumu park in the chino. Ayampia matono. And the end, Musa Akufo-Addo dware or play mu na egu yeso. To na mo na tin show bi tete on chest that Akufo-Addo na dware. Mo na mo ka kire ye. Say Akufo-Addo de o man ni sika dware o play mu. Mo ke kan sem bebre. Akufo-Addo ma horo no papa. And when you 81 years. And you watch baako. O 40 kura mensa fe na obeo. But Akufo-Addo ho ofetin etiatia kokoa enam ho. Me say politicians no. And you might be omudi omano can't think say just political talk, but it will bounce back. Obi koka say akufo-addo. Okum na yere. Akwaya fa say. Omo former assistant secretary. Utu kono. O say akufo-addo okum na yere. Dinatema anche na ono na yere wi. No, there are certain words. Words are powerful, but politicians they don't learn. They are taking Ghanaians for granted because they know say 4 years about the chat for not to Abaman. Well, we will live to see. Say the president is not interested. We Ghanaians, we are interested. Listen to this one too. I don't want to see or hear say all kind. Said the president is not interested in investigating cocaine scandals at the airport. We want to make an example of Intim Fojo for not knowing when to shut up. Hey, Intim Fojo on Kananuntum. What actually now or triumph. Now no cry no video be a dear trench central region baby a common sem ko epi cry and come and when you tell you government spokesperson. It's just a privilege. They think that 4 years, the whole we are seeing now. Hey, well, the newspaper review no Ebro. Na ya boss Sabato joining me briefly. Me did the one in Chibusiako. Yemfa the Bokrata na persona emao. We are na yede today's discussions abro but remember o kwan no can be kakra nti mo prepare paper phone no mame number no na Ghana phone ka bi nsam no doso atamos asemi okas manso ma atibi nti o so mo atibi no so ka bi sabato me mo kwaba gidi se ho ye okay
men kan ya ofa
nyo ofa na me Oh, very interesting. So we be able to call.
No, me I don't be able.
Weekend no call say.
Me dey now ko na me die.
And na. Okay. And also near bad.
Man ko baby I wish you.
So weekend dey near number. Be no akra na me pon so me sa ko tali mu. See be video fan ko. Me ko ye event MCB.
Okay.
Omo say omo ye skin care hospital binti.
Okay.
Omo be farm na me ko ye MC kakra. Ema omo. Na East Legon for executive club for the Cyber track cars akesi bi babs. Hey, ma for chile o. Cars mo be sisi wo no. Awurade otum se na me car ready ayere me kra.
Ya memra ne me pa obeto. Ana unyi di.
Me wo didi e cry ha ho.
Obeto.
We cars amrante ne park a. We see we mu ye young executives. Emmanuel Agyapong bedu ne omunkofo. Jai. Sabata jai.
Obeduro.
Cars mo de ba no me hwede say, "Hey. Mrante Awurade boy ni nto cars bi wate."
Obeto.
But nyame be. Enye nyame din.
Sapa.
Nyame be. Easter so bo. Easter na ba. On say Christopher de na emienu. Ba ko ye Christmas. And ba ko ye Easter. Ba ko ye Yesu awoda. And ba ko ye Yesu amani hu. Ani ni wo. Also for me the April Fool akoye the poster so awu akoye April Fool na mama. Also for
ono akasa na ye.
Ono ani poster. And other quarter TikTok said wawu. And why obituary 41 years. And chief mourners or the mudi aba. And they hear eh.
Na so one pampa so e.
Onwi.
And so who declare on to the so na we anything.
Me nyoma bi wo nipa bi di agro krum ha menti ase.
Well, owo
no. Emienu kura ba akoko kan fan to chaskelo. Ba nyame so ye ni tutu ankanya bad.
Eh, two uncle be the back.
Ba uko na ba last one no. Last one o ma bi o no.
What do we say? I'm fat.
Ba nyame nyansa mo so oje ne sa. Uko awako waira. O ma bi o. Well, you heard the Bokrata you crown na infancy.
Okay, me the daily guide and a chassis. Allegations about Baumia, Haptel, ECG payment, what we know so far. Government meets U.S. envoy over 10% tariff. Zoom Lion, in quotes, Langas destroy Turkish investors' property. SHS student shoots colleague with pistol. Into daily guide there and so on. Now SHS students there.
Areho.
Areho pa.
Ghana for Mutio. Asami. Abemu ano si etuo ne papetuo. And auditio na ko school.
So your students no. According to sources I meet you know. Students no catch ni colleagues ni say oh two ofie.
Otuo.
Ofie. And almost say oboa.
To the baba be
on a guy na so your border until ko fie ko fa to ni be kire sampa oh two. And almost say any fake into say on to no more he. And I'm only going to park, so say, on a crony mutumpo, him saying you used to
obi on what you, the perpetual or the fans.
Almost fetchy 20 son, as I said,
a toy, and a cobo back with him.
Yes, I'm money direct, and who a you can
from unborn.
Pitting
I wanted the second and yet.
I say, Sunday, I had there who school, and was see a giant.
Hey, a running
so man there now. And come go feel
but and also
still now so one yard.
Nyansa bi anim.
Say bi na ofo ahu so akofo tu.
Nyansa bi anim. Me kai.
Say bi na papa na ne mama police.
Secondary school ankasa no achinie basa fun bi wo secondary school. On say nan say ama ye punish nkwala na first no. Ntama say asode abapa.
First ni go e be gwa won.
First ke betwe waso kakra. E pa the secondary school ni.
I came in schools.
Hey, secondary school ni a eno am share me teacher ba ko secondary school ana o kire ade na oba udimika america bi obetu no by the secondary school no kwala na for fans and a TikTok and a social media tama any was secondary school name phone no
dabi
wona one at the phone akọ ukwa ko use eyi no baby a phone boot no boys as when yakọ
boot ni ho bi mu
and any ho and on school ni no odituo Ako school ho. Ampa me otuo me nituo. Me ba no akofa ba.
Obi oya boda o. Akofia akofa.
We no Ghana mra so a juvenile 16, 15 intibo say eya fetire na ye bibia. Cause e punish no.
Me sure so bedam say police action.
Ni papa no yesi ehwe no so no so much na. Etu no bia no online say. Enti eno dey Ghana time. Daily guide. Mami for daily graphic into aso. President nominates 81 for second batch MMDCs. The Ashanti region, Kumasi Metropolis, Omanya Mayor, former Obuasi MC, Ono Yayen Kumasi, Zuba, Ono na Eko Kumasi. And the only regional minister Nenam, and the President Napano. Ni purpose young farmer who got him to a dear with that. Maybe a regional minister, Dr. Frank Marco in the Nambion in the Nam. Well, you better hear the Kakusi. Fake gold. Currency bust. BOG money boxes found at crime scene. National security. I think I'll say let's focus on TV to address unemployment. Executive Chairman, McDan Group. And also the other back page. Hearts return to winning ways. And Lions share spoils with Kotoko. And Dreams maintain unbeat run. Nti enro aduana shebako Vision FC 0, Dreams FC 2, Gold Stars 0, Heart of Lions 1, Kotoko 1, Heart of Oak 1, Mediama 0, Atoto Asusa Ede Aba. Nti the Bokata no the other aba anopa. Mampani enro memenda na chance or the list of MMDCs aba. 81 asaba. Is there or the Western region aba. Or the Central region, Aba, and now the Ashanti region or the Ipe, Kumasi Mayo, the Aka Ada Naba, until 81 was a nomination, until Abosi, Talency, Ijadaho. This year, you know, some pen, okay? And Yasam Ketua, until you heard him say more of these stories, no?
The Daily Statesman, government under pressure over cocaine saga. Minority leader rallies NPP for 2028 comeback. SHS students pulls gun on campus. Let's protect cocoa sector. Cocoa board boss. Into Daily Statesman, so they are ordered by back page. You know, say short-handed black queens beat Senegal in friendly. Ghana under 15 crowned champions of 2025 Mondialito Promise Tournament. The back page is so I
the Chronicle, Bresusem Kratan, MPP followers should not despair. Osahin Kwame na Afenyomakin, and I can say alleged cocaine at KIA, and so Osofo tender in court will be arrested if he fails to cooperate with NIB. Kwachu Fosu. Or say John in team for you say one cooperate with NIB and he'll be arrested. Very interesting. Nene Jagma the 12 is new Royal Majesty for Ningo traditional area. And also I will say. And he has a replay tie in the go on where a replay tie is a motor tie. And I say, and I say, I buy a fixing the Chronicle. Yera, I fanyok marking or say, mine here come a temple. And he or say, MPP Chitafo, and come my command to Moyam. Osahin, Kwamena, Afenyo marking. They are Oka, I don't know. Well, so who call secondary school?
Because St. John's Grammar.
St. John's. Who call school, Sanyo Manome see it is a nebio, a tuato.
There be a tuato, dear Derby, but St. John's, their boys no more stubborn.
More stubborn, no dear.
No teachers.
Omo teachers.
Oh, I'm teachers.
Students, no.
Aye. O kana on kasa. Na ba ko kra twese kan. Me time no.
Hey.
Nyame nko an ko twitwa teacher ni nuku.
Na anu ya school for ba. O twese ka o teacher so. Hey. Well, in nim baby.
Like any say na sekan na no nya na. Nka no ye na man kokun. So what can I asem? Teacher ni na kan asem wo class.
Teacher ni na kan onu student na asem.
Asem e wo class.
Jack, we me hwe bibi o, baby sa ni o man buboko no. Ano de. Well, I mean found here. Na ento aso da foforo. Sabato e na yete ne nkan no enti ode da obon krata mu enkomo. Ebre me di owo ahene entwibusi akwa me fa afrefo be enumpe callers kakra on this subject matter ye di honkomo na me guest no abia babidu Owura Abraham odame kwesi apia e wo fia sanso e na for Josh Shadrack enso e wo fia enti ye ne omuba be di nkomo pa but ma me fa afrefo kakra pese me ne Ghana for di nkomo pese me ne Ghana for di nkomo kakra 0240550899 Ghana for so kabi manso ma akabi manso ma atibi 0240550899 also betimi a join anopay on the dialogue so me dey owo wahene entwibu isi akoma me tie baby a ugina ne baby a tie nka e dey free ene nsema anopay ya boroboro so dey opese o kire wadwen e dey efa on akwanya da ho se also bekabi 0240550899 yes re say ofreya no pija one no voice. Secondly, twe free TV no na entie hu o TV no so. And at the volume set of your TV, volume no lower no. Anemra form. Obi wo ha na opese ote ne hu ne. Ofra for ote me nka me mo wache. Hello, good morning. Okay, 0240550899. So betimi afre. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Agyapong.
Nami ado odi no be akasa free.
Fam ko jobe me kata free asin fosu. And honorable Agyapong next on president oba. Eku am kata yin.
Mami nti o menia.
Aha, for the kan no MCMC ha for su den dey dem dey chamber bia o.
O sa.
E just dem tikiti omo say omo mto ba na enye easy. E just dem chamber bia.
Omo yi oba na mamo.
Omo yi oba na ma na omo say omo procurement and eje dem wo asin fosu dey.
Na wo free krom wo nipa no onye kromani ana.
That we onye kromani.
Hey, ofre.
Yes, so free Asante region. Africa no o chade wa ha. Teacher ni oba o chade.
Teacher ni a wa chade ofosu na yi ni so nya MC.
They did dem wo asin fosu no eja. Ntimi.
Well, matemede she. Me da say. 0240550899. Ho. Se sa na tie dia. Teacher ni a no free Ashanti regional or be chade ofosu no yi ni so nya MC. Omanfo ne mpene. Ebe omo mpene. Well, you be heard your kwakusi. Offer for good morning.
Kofi, good morning. Kofi, are you going to pay? What is saying?
Yami Adom, we didn't have a free.
Kofi, come to me and the capacity gossip system.
Medesha Maminti.
Kofi, Kofi, I say, galamsey, yes, me, if the China for quad or Moho ever better Uganda for the Fidomai near
I see a beer drone.
Coffee, me call me crassy, a Samanka your call, Brunei, Copina Araho. In Sua Nipa Benum, Omunian from Benum. Coffee, and no one me quite said there's not situation in Italy. Let us say Emma, which is drama name Emma, 1 hour, 2, and should be 2 borehole. Emma made 10,000 liters of a diffuse the bomb, Omunian Sunomonum. A common thing now say. Coffee, I am going to tell you.
Yedidia grow, sir, Yedidia grow.
Na, who could do? I wish I used now, I got a check. I did a woman and you know, of Coffee. Omo somebody grow. Now, who is someone who can go there. Now, I'm telling you, say able to be who young bear mobile. Me say, me book almost 45,000. So me making sure I say, in Super Krumo. Coffee, who? If you know, you say, you'll be him for no answer. Say, Omo Mapano, me, your hinna. Not me what Dominic Crew, I mean, my make us a mobile and say, oh, Baby, 2 galamsey on the cruise.
Yo.
I'm sorry, Coffee. Almost sorry.
But that's a that's pa 0240550899 0240550899. If I'm out here and kind of free, my tonka. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Daniel.
Yo, mini I'm into you.
Oh, I know what I say. No, no, my last month 03. No, I mean, so you're busy guy. Sometimes. And more issues you will discuss. But if not me fair, we na me sanka. Do not one of my last month 03. I have my men give more Sundays at church.
Mate. And a pressure I know you. I'm with you as what and you mitiminya courses and I'm say hey and you but I'm with you say why. Hello, good morning. 0240 5508. Hello, good morning.
Morning. Ajia ni mami chia.
Ajia mami tio ni ma.
Kani Agyapong ni huye.
Honorable huye pa.
Chia ni mami.
Okay.
Yame dini ni mo. Onkoso. Omo ka bibiara wamfi. Onhwe ni nim. Na wanya di obenya onyame di mu. Amen. Yo, na di omo ya demonstration 37 ho no omo wa he. Omunyi na nyankupo batu amuka baako musori ya demonstration nso we aya fashe sexual dey nso aya nipa nyanso num mo baku mo nyame betu amuka na dey omo yi gold no omo be yi omo beto omo nya kapra waso nyame di mu bye ma bo
Eduabon Agyapong no o si nyame betu amuka omo mo ya demonstration 37 no butu nyoma no where are they? Say na bebrenya position to makoma no atom. You be hear the kusi. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, bro.
We didn't maybe our free opening.
Yeah, my name is Kelly Russell.
Calling from where, sir?
From East Legon Hills.
East Legon Hills.
Yeah.
You are live on the 2 TV. Let's hear your concerns and contributions.
Yeah, thank you. I actually have the message, but I don't know if I should read it out or I send it on WhatsApp direct.
Oh, okay. If you can send it on WhatsApp.
Yeah, it's a message that will impact the life of Ghanaians, and then also concerning the CPP and then the NPP upcoming presidential candidate.
All right. Okay, then send me that message. Sir.
All right, I will send it right now.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. All right. 0240550899. 0240550899. For the next 2 callers, na yemfensiasi. Mamemfa Ofrefo audio. Ofrefo, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Oh, I'm good. Patrick is saying.
Yami adu modini maybe akase free.
We have family done because free in someone.
And someone.
Patran.
Me dey share mami tio.
Me patron tell me say MPP communicators and say. Omo ko radio so na TV so na omo ko fa topic bi na you can Japan na we say Baumia ye the survey bi aba me patron enye no na Mahama de ma power. The Mahama edeba power eye ahokyere of tutu Ghana for so Ghana for say the ahokyere we koso never boy den. And the same thing there koso. Inti your topic bia divert attention a mamon kabi. I want no the bar power. Inti monso mon kasa ho cheni.
Mo hama ho.
Mon kasa ho cheni.
Mate.
And no na mahama the bar power.
Mate. Me da se. Wakasemo. Akasempa. Sa survey. Me say I don't believe in those surveys. Me da be. Me ne professor Bakoti and survey anto. Oh anto. Me ne tia. Osi John Boyd will win the general secretary. Na found. Oh my race emfa. Ensani o no. Oh Debbie. I don't. Now you talk about D-Day now. Skirmishes in your course on. Osi survey. For chat to mama. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Me dey ask wa me ka so Ashama Newtown.
Ashama Newtown. I want to say.
Na me ado me hoye.
I mean to you.
Adundu ya na ewo mu.
Hey, can you do more?
Ah, can you what wa na adum si o so aka ho.
Oh.
Ya ke ye no.
Enti enu awda kan ya enu ada unya bi da.
Adundu wo ho ka ni adum pipe on so aka ho.
Hey, yedum kan ya na ya two pipe mu so. Anyway, aburum you know, because kedum kan ya na obenye nsuo budia. Well, galamsey no nsuo okay, producer 7 for last caller. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Matilda Pram.
Mampacho, ana pe metia monyina. O ahini nsuo na asam de yanko. O ahini. Minim Sapram, there me yan Sapram had a water waste for office or Prampam how. Or I mean, the essence of Pumu room hand to me say it miss up on 4 more and go on in him. Miss the area, a timidity are fee into 5 1 suma, oh baby, I will. Before the election, Miss 1 year and so crowd come her. Then say, yes, some joy you cocaine, and the last 2 weeks. Omu BA in Sunu for 2 days. Na be say enti Sunu o kwa ye beti ne na wonim de omo ye. Ukọ da wenya hwe pampa won do da wenya kuro mo ka e pa adote wo be branch abafam. Ana omo aye nsuo de kobi o ho no mo ama nkofo bi. Ana omo twima tankafo na etom. Oho de bia nso wa available o ho no. Just small distance o de bia nso o ho na ye twima tankers. And I think as the Namu no motor and who needs called the Totanka, Union Sunum. I dare yet more my way. In the culture, some George. Yet the problem now. Secondly, oh, me, or more you winning. I care campaign my NDC for no crampo as a man how because somebody galamsey taka MPP. I say MPP for one selfish interest. Kasaka I think I created a CEO 1 year party no so fast so they say we during 1 year to 2 years that's a confusion about one kokota NDC for which na mo ye campaign am and in the galamsey ni koso e dey no mo ka fam me depends on mumu binim. Yes, position am almost on ambassador Nigeria. And Nigeria do so put the Western Ghana. Indeed, not Nigeria no more corporate position. I'm going to ambassador. And who did it no more? Yeah, there was.
But I say, YBCSE, and for Frephobia Bill. ABC Brasso said today's discussion at also. Nana Mashanti said, good morning to TV. I say, still honorable Ken, we trust. I know, and I say, like and share, whatever. Plenty. And so, and win a champion. Yeah, mama say, morning, my children. We thank God for another week. Hope your weekend was successful. Mommy, everything was nice on Sunday and peaceful and blessed. Kofi, thank you for your morning motivation. And I look, you look swag in your entire attire. Keep up the good work. Love you always. On only the other about Felix Sevuvo. Felix Sevuvo says, good morning, my brother Kofi. I hope everything is all right. My fear for the freezing. Okay, I'll say my fear for the senior high school is that teenage pregnancy will come back and what are we aspiring doing? Are we ready for the next election? He's also asking, what's it? NPP just handed over power to NDC. Not that Ghanaians like NDC, but due to the bad governance, arrogance of power, corruption, and bad leadership in the party, all the party leaders must resign immediately. Ono ye Evans Ampofo, ono so na dwenche no obiane ne de te doso pa. Ebi so bi ya for WhatsApp. Make a quick break. Na me ne mpenimfa tena se. The second segment or session of the message readings no, ye de bi twem e de ama wo. Na ene ensem da prono so doso pa. Ensem da prono so doso papa me ne mpenimfo e ba bi de nkom. Te home so tew. Na e the 2 days discussion at all. Me need your wine. Stay tuned. I'll be right back after this short break. Right, it's time for discussions and eponoha nsem gusopa na abedwa for atnase before ebekom no Munkai la Jonas Edia inside carrier say wine good morning and great show by all standards. Wine isn't this same Ofosu Kwache Felix who was caught making love with someone's wife? As for me, I don't take Felix Kwache Ofosu serious because he's morally unauthoritative. Look, we in the MPP should be united and parade the rightful national executives and flag bearer like Honorable Agyapong for easy victory in 2028. Because Mahama is simply confused in his first 3 months. MPP can win power win power only if we are united, okay, and frown on functionalism in our internal exercises. Regards to the next that greetings, incoming from Jai, incoming national Ganda. Me sure no so the Mukala menu because munya position we are from Monfa. Nipa ba ko pe na da bia me boni din Haja Safia Mohammed. Because when she's the deputy national women organizer, what's happening? If you wish someone that I've been calling on my show and she doesn't respond, I am not going to wish. Sure, Obianfa Nidia Mawafena or Bepe National Women Organizer and Timimration. No. The only person that I will always mention her name is the deputy national women organizer, Hajia Safia Mohammed. Solid, fantastic woman. Will be greetings back. Good morning. Owahene, please, a lady called from Ashaman this morning that they are experiencing doomso. We should not shed tears for such people because Ashama is an NDC stronghold. They are getting what they voted for. Francis Tema. Omwao. But if you are not also on about my omo. I don't know a very painful thing. Ana Araho. Ora Abraham. Odame Kosiapia. Nidi o Bible mo. What's not on the chairman, the ma business executive for Ken, and our then secretary for Joe Shadrach. Baku free at Chimdan constituency, Baku free at table maintain distance home. But I will do a much a table with the code. I could do Kumasi and San or Cochrane. I Chimdan the self fetch here now. A bomb pass be a Dutch obey MPO. But one more yeah. Boko there. We can no say for you.
We can then I'm
Unkai the wild weekend.
But almost 95% I'm always in the house.
Oh, okay.
I said, I had my back. I'll come meeting beer. I'm always in the house.
Okay. I know soon you're bad. Miss Adame, we can no call Dana.
Oh, Darby.
When was the last time call?
Oh, Bay. I fancy 3 months ago.
3 months ago.
Yeah.
Okay. About coffee.
Mintan kosa but mo aja
en grabe ode
ese se odwan kwa no makotwe
kwa ande no ano
inti mankwa
ene nyina na osoko eda want to become crew want to go kwa there na sheda hia sa abuja for mene abedwafo yi abedin komo on galamsey mranti any di Ghana senen Ghana puntu eko omani di achire papa ye be ECG container honsem and a youth in drugs. And the topics in more the pie. Mebruno is here the more kikakon. Send you in a secondary school be paying. No, actually, so send you VSS and any abrabo and then say red year mononomic trauma door. Come on, Parliament so approve 400,000 to parliamentarians. Say Omonve educational project. It will come
a good board.
And a good board so some adapt on so. Even this the topics in Dawson. You'll be done very 1 hour. The match chamo mobia. Mesha say free for Joso. My mouse sema edu. 10 minutes. More time no. 8:37. Mami the all person o di chassis bia.
Okay, I think so person with the good board.
Good board. Okay.
Anopai ebefa akwanya isi ya cha atifo ni ahwefo ahwe na 2. Any area social media and the main traditional media no so.
Okay.
Yecha we be anopai. Anopai yecha ti wo mantin fo nyina. Yecha or him pon doctor Yabo Siama. Me chama na Ponsantin Kakabo. New fee. Ehene me chana no pay.
You didn't move do. Me na ba kuno de
kakabo. Nana anope ye chao. I think one of the things about we are here coming into office issues that happen around in Nana. Amani pabu money egusi no. A good board no. It can be said about deliberate action of this government. Send your mail kosu nyina na we dey akata good board no hye so. So by the time dust and kasabe settle and since some air cost you know. Now government ideas where you for good board you know we. Okay. And people are not seeing it. Now you hear and Yama Asha say a ban way pensua. The good board in your bar. All the scandals can be passed through the good board and nobody will realize it. Yes. Now you better say no. You good you're one of a major foreign exchange earner Ghana ha. Yeah. President Mahama Kra during campaign or say good put MSC cross agriculture. I didn't know because we are cutting down cocoa, we are cutting down rubber to do mining. And the other consequence of it, which you know that maybe also under the galamsey issues no. Pre-colonial era no and good dread unions and some other Ghana. Between the 15th and the 19th century, colonial masters nearby. A mobile and my good exportation here didn't cost. So that was how come Ghana began to cry a friend is saying good coast. No, the late 19th century in a British foreign established Asante Goldfields corporations in 1897. And this is how good has come in Ghana. In the 1980s, in the Bina company to say Anglo Good Ashanti in the Newmont, our Ghana ha. Yeah, can't go to Jadi Hua. It was only in the year 2019, and Ghana, the leading exporter of good in the whole of Africa. You paid the countries that are more good exportations, elsewhere Africa. Ghana is always ranked among the first three. South Africa, Ghana, and our neighboring countries, one of them will pop up. You heard around the world that Ghana is always ranked from the 1st to the 12th leading producers of gold. The leading producer of gold in the world on China are contributing only 11%. And yet only maximum 11%. From the 11th now, from the 1st to 11th, 12th, Ghana is always there. South Africa, lead Africa, now contributing 4% to the whole world gold production. Ufriwa, Ghana is next. You produce 3%. 3% when it might seem certain a very insignificant, but we are seeing in some we the first 12 countries in Friwa. The others who we are seeing now contribute to only 30%. So Ghana has a strong force. So the amount of good China is producing down the Ghana 3%. And we are doing almost more than 25% of what China is doing. That means you win so you bet me the so I should say you good jadi you 7 year. In the year 1963, and I say the PMMC first the yet deny Ghana Diamond Marketing Board. Initial responsibility and say no more to tour diamonds on American anymore. Any man a konya say obetim the other mineral society abeka ho. And a good this answers me na buy PMMC aba for a very long time aye adwuma. Now good board ni nyana I think say is the PMMC na ye wono no and na ya transmogrify no abedane den good board no. One of the main the other rules in the responsibility na PMMC ni ye say omoye marketing and sales, regulatory compliance, support for miners, and revenue generation. That was the main, your friend is saying, rules of the PMMC. But ABC, I will say, what was the state of the PMMC? And Sana, a good board, no. One of their key challenges as PMMC, no, got to do with pricing. Because they didn't have control over the pricing of good. What you say? They did not have it. And galamsey issues, and regulatory compliance. In the MBC, I will say, oh, better good border. The first thing you need to ask yourself is say, I need to start up with activities. I will address the issues. Maybe take it over. And we are expecting say, good boards or rules. It is nothing different from what the PMMC is doing. The only thing this good board is coming up with is say they are bringing in a tribunal and they are now going to finance people, agencies to do what? To buy for them. The one here, I will say, bank ben okrum ha, and as nipa ben okrum ha, and condos will be a bank. Bank of Ghana back say, or condos will be a bank, dear. Me, I'm a mouse, because if I could be a bank, no. The binya never It doesn't happen like that. One and a quarter will be hospital, Ministry of Health, Ghana Health Service. Ebeka say, your more facility, your more sikafakubi sadiano. It is neither here or there. These are issues we don't even need to talk about. The same body now or here in control of regulatory, he's now getting into the business and the sale of it. This is where the conflict of interest come. Okobos is here. I mean, say it is neither here. So I mean, every person will be a good board on wasem. But let me say, I want to say, from January 7th, have they done extensive stakeholder consultations? Gold mining let me say, I want to say, which will be phone lines? How many gold mining towns, any gold miners, and now we're part of. Your friend is saying. Consultations are NDC 4 years say it's good board no.
I think the honorable as Afenuma can resist as me okay.
What you say? You me say I will say you part of send a part of the good board now yet no. Share good board no more years see no. Or say or time $275 million. You can't say you or my way already no. At the National Economic Dialogue, Finance Minister can say we are more than 6 state agencies. They are in debt. Our debt across 216 billion Ghana cedis. Which one of them is VRA, Cocoa Board, ADB, GMPC? All of them are in place. That is what I brought these issues. The NBC I want to say, why nanka Sabio Cocoa Board as a private business or running the aboka. Why nanka VRA any the around the boka. But nobody yes will be at the check. The bad example this NDC has set for itself and they say abanya oba akunyaso ye the nipa bi akogina mrani say omabomayika omaye nyoma bi enye. The first thing you thought to do was say obekla nyina. If you really meant well, let the legal process go through. Now, these are the things Ghanaians should now take notice of. Omani in Esikano, and the tam 275 million. A bice wunya sika and fan share wajanda 111 moon. Bobenya $275 million. Ediama agencies on 180 agencies no. Name me say who be qualified for these agencies? A bear party for never time sika dia mom some from bayana, which is highly possible under this government. Say you be human can say oh wo on our warfare on our body say one yokoko utiri you are acromatic is so green and red and black e wo mutinu NDC ni bejiko. Already we have agencies and they're from saying companies or they are buying this good. Why are we not empowering these agencies to be doing that? Let me say I will say across the world countries are a ton gold. The number one country is Switzerland, the United Kingdom, Hong Kong, United Arab Emirates, and the USA. Let me say I will say so what better be a replica of whatever amount for your mandate, why would you not try to implement or try to get some of the mandates? Now we implement it. Share all these agencies, countries near Bomudino, where you go to the Swiss precious metal controller, they don't give money to anybody except for to go never. They have set up the standard, the platform for the trade to happen. That is when they get their monies from. The London Bullion Market Association is there. J. Robert and Co. Even in Hong Kong, I say I do not want to get involved in the business of gold. Me regulatory body, I will control all this one. Then you go and bring in the monies to a buying. No. But that's what is happening today. These are the Neoma ABC when people don't take care. On my can I have time now. Gold, the price of gold are not stable. It is the London Bullion Marketing Association. They are the ones that determine prices of gold in a day. They give us 2 prices in every day. And say so say you streamline the activity of gold trader. We should be operating something like the London Bullion Market Association. Say yen set up the board. Yen determine the prices. Yen put your price control. Yen put your regulatory activities. Say the we will keep smuggling and all those things. Until every morning, the government of Ghana, through its board, gold board, will come and say, today we are buying gold at this price. What I say? Sami Jamfi is going about to say, we are funding, and let me tell you, men come fund to me, but if you give me 100 kilos of gold today, I'll sell the gold at a very good price for you. So I didn't know buying Kasamuno is finding difficulty in raising finance. Now we'll say you are now coming to represent all small scale miners. You have a good advantage at this position. Say or your friend be a friend of hallmarking. That's a gold be if you go on a hand because the gold board is now going to be the national assayer of every gold that leaves this country. Yeah. What it means is that gold be if you go on and as a buying a stamp or a gold no so. And with this, you can collaborate with the World Gold Council and the Land Bullion Market. Say any gold that is living, there are places so when the gold create say we need correct certificates, they don't buy it. What you say? These are some of the things the gold board should have been doing. Say, you better hallmark and say for all scale miners, you regularize you or no. The best stamping gold be a free Ghana ha, aqua bonting, and san ought to me atom. When you these miners will be compelled to sell. Now let's look at where are buying on. Ebetimide 6 Adani Ghana for 9. See a time $275 million. No, say yeah, the agencies to buy for government. Let's look at this. And then the price of gold from the 22 carat to the 24 carat, which we don't have on the market unless it's refined at 24 carat. But between the 22 and the 23 carat of gold, no, it is selling between $96,000 to $102,000 per kilo of gold. Where China gold prices can come to 80,000. What it means is say over this 4-year period, no, one of the disadvantages when it comes to the spot pricing of sales of gold now, NDC for the general support say you better gold, no, you better bounty. About 2 years ago, they were saying that the government is going to pump in $250 million every week. Means in a month, and we are going to pump in $1 billion. That means we don't even need IMF and all this. If government has this money to this business, we don't need IMF. Okay. What you say? Okay. The price volatility, no, what happens in say, yeah, this can push 275 million. No, NDC can make say by the time you pay 4 years in a year, no, that money can be reduced to $100 million. Why? Because the price volatility alone no, can reduce your money. When we have left that responsibility, say young farmer and government will not sit back. The issues of losses, no, government would have been secure from those things. No hedging opportunities. And gold board buy in common say I buy $275 million year. You do to gold, I put your reserve. You do to gold, I hedging against inflation of the currency. That is one advantage of having gold to use as a hedging commodity. And a market manipulation. Some you don't mind as now to why you come you more yes yamono say party 70 day room market manipulation. What's going to happen is say I buy beto gold $100,000 at the carbon thing. That's what Koba. That's a price and that's what a buying is now going to determine how much you are going to sell to a buying because on no one what kind of business export to gold. It's a best cocoa board no matter the price at what international markets a buying the bid determine how much you can sell to a buying. And to minimum gold miners are individuals come out and begin to ask some of these questions. Mon can't buy and say you have your own money to do the gold purchases because at the year once a month for first camera, a buy will gold 1 ton at what people will come easily. Right. Lack of transparency because the pricing fluctuates. Internet say yeah you man for 2 years a buy bet me catch say now no price go see price we will not be able to determine how much price and another how much amount that you run this system. Okay, first the gold board needs a more review. State CSOs no more hand. These are the issues they need to pay attention to some of these. All right. That's it. So that's it. What bro no so be me account. Remember Mr. Odame Hona on so far na semra.
Send me your bro she dey say o dey plaster be come. All right. Onia medical adawase. Okay. Na mechie wetiefo nyina. Na mechia yeku business executive for Ken members. Okay. Mechie obibiara na masanso achia me peso aso achim da man. Na mechie papa kwa bia compare ko Agyapong. Okay. Nsem na do also be brave. Many hont many title. Minia has done justice to the gold board. Now, I mean, galamsey. Galamsey because I am very passionate about this issue. Galamsey issue, it requires an all hands on deck approach.
The fight against
illegal mining. No? Okay. It should be devoid of partisan politics. Okay. I will say you fan as a serious issue. Say you fa COVID-19. Say you fa Ebola. That is the same attention. I will say the galamsey. We should stop the politicization. Both MPP, NDC, PPP, whatever. We should all come on board and see this as a national canker. Okay. And put out strategies. You bet me they are kebe galamsey. Share. Omana building. It is high time. I was say nationalistic in nature. Last time we see Professor Kobe Mensah. As is here, I think it's a national tourism board or so. On a CEO.
Ghana Tourism Authority also.
He was very critical about the akufo-addo government.
Yes.
Leading to the 2024
elections.
He was very, very vociferous with respect to his views on galamsey.
Okay.
Or campaigning against the government because of galamsey. Now he's in power. And he's saying, he is silent because he now has a new responsibility. Until why occupied in his new role. So he has stopped the galamsey issues. These are professionals I expect to say. These are professors I expect to say. At least they should be nationalistic. And yes, I said, you see, when you be a where are the Professor Jampus? Where are your friends saying, Sami Jenfimu, video? Where are they? And you be see the devastating effects of galamsey. Let's look at the harmful effect galamsey is causing to this country.
Harmful effect.
The harmful effect.
Okay. Go.
One, we are destroying our forest reserves. Here, what do you say forest and a calling for rain? Say Oko desert a desert because there are no trees. Into the galamsey a deplete our forest reserves. Into a better miribino. In Siokra a hobayedin.
It's true.
And as all your science and basic science, so we say forest and India and absorb carbon dioxide, the system. What they are saying to prevent respiratory diseases any other day. Without trees, ozone layer a bit depleted. Wildlife a year a more in their natural state. Affect tourism. That is one. Two, health implications. That is the most dangerous. You know, I'm not sure said the American. Those in authority don't know.
Yeah, I think the chemical component alone and what you call
mercury, a very hard and poisonous metal. Mercury, cyanide. We need chemicals you used to get galamsey, you know. And you know the most dangerous aspect they find their way into our water bodies.
Yeah.
Poisoning water bodies. And more, a friend say fishes say what in so many they are poisoned. Mercury they stored. They get stored in the fishes for long. Or consume respiratory diseases, liver diseases, cancers, cardiovascular diseases. So I mean, what shall it profit a nation if you become the lead exporter of gold at the expense of the health of our citizenry? And for so ben ye benya, see ye to galamsey, ye say you because ye pay gold, ye pay sika. And for so ben ye benya, granted say we are the world leading exporter of gold. Not timem for biara yare, obiara or cancer, obe won kwala, no obi here too, na obi inside sex. These are the harmful effects of galamsey. And it has also negative effect on agriculture because you deplete your forest reserves. Cocoa production back from as I said the arable land you be doing and feeding already crop on you cry in tomatoes free Burkina.
Yeah.
It's you sign at the way abeka ho yes I say your forest reserves it means that there will be food insecurity in the country. So what you say and now one last but not least galamsey site no a security threat to the nation. Oko galamsey sites now a whole city on its own. They have equipment or more guns. I was just reading recently say police maybe got shot.
Yeah, that was Asamai. That was just last week.
What you say?
Just last week.
In Sunifano.
Yeah, he was drawn.
Forest Reserve Nina.
What you say? And those people have ammunitions, illegal ammunitions. Galamsey bomb, war and second year two. Menkamo yao a Major Mahama. A galamsey since a sebi of aso a share nkwa. And you know these are the harmful effects of galamsey. In saying this, no, let me just propose some strategies. When you come on board, you better one idea galamsey. One, the repeal of LI 2462.
Okay, Emrano.
LI, I'm for the Environmental Protection Regulation. They did mining in forest reserves. Who share a dean krana? Who share a dean of the act in krana? A non-starter. Mining in forest reserves. Emra 2022. Allow for the mining in our forest reserves. Emran Kasa, the main aim of Emran was to regulate the mining in forest areas. And it prevents companies, and I say individuals from mining as particular areas. But there is a clause. There's a clause in section 3. Say, notwithstanding the fact that certain areas are no-go areas, no, the president has the right to allow or give license to companies to mine in those prohibited areas. So what you say? In the that is where politicians are going to capitalize on. And this is for not party people. They will be mining in areas. I read from a research say since the introduction of this airline, about 1 feet of the nation's forest reserves has been destroyed. 1 feet just from 2022. So the first strategy say you should all come on board and repeal President Muhammad's campaign so about repealing this bad law. To see how much they say or modify no. So what I say, you see also be modified. We don't need any modification. This is a canker that must be repealed. Secondly, I would say declare state of emergency. The same vim, the same enthusiasm they fighting against COVID-19. I see declare now you're halting all small-scale mining. Yes, I give you say it's a source of livelihood for people. But when you look at the devastating effects, it far outweighs and for so. And secondly, our government so it provided alternative livelihood because definitely people will lose their jobs. So I was buying pest strategies, agriculture, vocational training, and the government must also boost the private sector. So they creating jobs by banning illegal mining. And we also have to strengthen our laws. Emra, a friend is an LI 2462 year. Penalty womb, so we breach law now. 6 months to 1 year. Can you just imagine? You'll be all say your natural resource. So if the person is culpable, I switch your demand no, just 6 months, maximum 1 year. It is not deterring enough. Until you see in your special courts, obi breaking brano. I am sure say I'm proposing say the sanctions no, it should be equivalent to that of a treason. Yes, because all say you amadachima. That's a big person who come
more than someone using a tool so it become
what he has here.
More than I'm robber.
And there should also be reforestation. Because yes, we share pictures of forest. Yes, seno. Amina ye tutu ebuho. Ye nsuo. Ibremu. Pra. Densu. Miswana ne ye kofu. Menemena.
So all these places were forest.
They were forest.
Yeah. Okay.
And omutuko. It's a time will come on Hagan about desert too. A bay amna donkum any eti. So these things must stop as soon as possible. You need the now on mine it is so sad say in Chirima ebeba. Now and yes on my desert too. There were a lot of natural resources by Yana Yaseno. Can you imagine? Say we get to a state where pipe cranes you crample ma. Look at the water bodies we have around. It's your best buying. With these proposals, no, let's come together in one accord. Galamsey life threatening, and the impact devastating.
Okay. All right, very fantastic submission from our dear brother Abraham Odame Kwesiapia. In fact, while elaborating on that subject matter, looking at the year in Sunsuansua, Galamsey de Bane Afe, so solutions are any suggestions are provided. I remember a year in your Fojo, I mean, say in some be the whole, meaning you to you Parliament story or then I'll be fine now.
Pesamica, Abano Sika were previous officers were the parliamentarians
for the educational projects.
For educational projects, no. Ghana, there is this culture of insult, a war on the media and everywhere, especially on the social media. No, mabunu timi dimpa ni fat empower Ghana. But sometimes no, so what could that? Now, Jine Numa be who asabio, nipa ye fro more honorable conipi den.
When you for
when you young for
so you young back say
Okodana Jino say ye de mrabiaba now what the name honorable no say animu young for and akwatena se say, yeah, Prince Amra will say it should go through for us because in one way or the other we are going to benefit. Then you necessarily we are to 2.5 yeah, personal control. One help you one bomb and to even sit on TV, on radio, on social media to pass a comment on some of these issues, you know. One we are some you because if you being a title free it is sometimes when we are commenting on some of these issues, we try to be so apply so much of decorum to and some na canon. Share the Ghana Education Trust Fund, that is a get fund, you know. I am under Speaker and former President Rawlings and Dubai. That is under the Ghana Education Trust Fund Act 2000. That is Act 581. And they get fund a buy. Nasiba bibinya sika free no. Yibinya 2.5% of VAT sticker and the finance get fund. Or main activity nyema some year for development and maintenance of educational facilities under the Ministry of Education. Or get fund juma deals with the say your school dying libraries and nyema bia a facilities bia under Ministry of Education of Ghana government, you know. You might get fund 2.5% of VAT. That is on my money, you know. Everybody is paying tax. The direct and indirect tax, you know. Out of that, VAT is being free, you know. 2.5% of that. And the finance get fund. And to be a wokum you have a contribution in this amount. And to me say that bay any die as soon as I say get fund responsibility dear man no when you are to the extent say you now we need to empower members of parliament say ye be mamo part of get funds can be some mon educational projects na mo samon enya den ens provide say but be a council but be a council say Ghana ni bi ohwe no pay listen and listen well more MPs be members of parliament for now ya to abamo no mumbi say we are giving them 400,000 Ghana cedis 250,000 for the educational project and 150,000 for monitoring and supervision. Where did you hear this? Na sabio MPs amohwe ya no pay amutie ye no but be mo ko school adura mo nimdie no munyansa mu no say one kasa tisika ebio company na say what the project show project manager nsa what they show MD nsa so onye project mawa o man no sika were you going to take more than 70% of that amount on value monitoring?
Very outrageous.
That's very outrageous. That is why. Do you know where all these things are coming from? Senior man, good evening Ghana, a friend is saying Paul Adumachere on his show, he was saying, say, it is alleged, say, there are a lot of disgruntled NDC MPs. Ah, mama, abina trete abina say, Sabina and Pelman Sha, Sabio, abina business being humble approvi. And we have seen it, say, more micro minority na mofreya modia ye jantre damo no ukrum ha no mantre damo no. There are times we go to parliament, na MPP members of parliament, and also see nipo 180 something for no. When we need to do government business,
because they are all chasing for position.
Yes, because these NDC people are not willing to come to parliament to form a quorum for government business to be done. And no money na kugu flash staff house. And no money na HSC and pennyforce your position. Forget to say not all of you. Some of you you're not even you are incapable. You are incapable. See, you are vetting, proper vetting, and the demo say, come on, send fantasy to Mosoba. We have heard the sort of English, the sort of communication. You pass in parliament. So you are not the most qualified people in your constituencies to be selected and elected to go and represent your people. What you need to go and do is you will not sit down as a member of parliament. More hear the level of poverty that is really here. What you Accra a lot of places that Nasabio, Obenante, Westlands, the prime areas of Accra in area, you will not see a much organ have. But what Tinawansaka crabs who rush ham and crab, go and look at the situation over there. What Tinawansaka who rap to look, those places are go and look at it. Now what they do not for Crumple Crown and now I asked him. Because school would have go first degree or uko places like Chuchuga, China, all those places go and look at the level of poverty in these constituencies. Now more members of parliament, one better say, your mama 250,000 Ghana cedis. A block of a cement block back home, 8 Ghana cedis. So we divide this 250,000 say what the top blocks. How many blocks in the bit me top? It cannot even build a Hukobu or Ghana and the politics say yet project near the end in the name of political party and a politician. We know, say, to be under the CKC you need classroom. We will have a different figure from parliamentary. So we see the same dynamo. So where and yet say na transfer Ghana has said may more 250,000, may say another 150,000. So for yet supervision and monitoring. Everybody is quiet. We are not blaming the members of parliament in the MPP side because we are dying. These people have the numbers. They will approve it. Yeah. It's more motive, you know. This is what your MP is going to do. That's the way. Yeah, the Koboya a year since yeah, the Kobon San where you say, yeah, the naming ceremony, yeah, the Baye near Ma and Sam Fata. What you say? Okay. These are the things we should be speaking against. Say we inform what now say sabio. Momedi so hine. Mose osuma juma na mukwakwede. Ekwakoye. So under no circumstance, and I say Ghana for tenacity. This thing, I think say somebody should make a move to the court or something. Ne yem fire nanti we say we will not allow it. Yem first can Emma get financial activities. We have sat in this nation. Say mondo Ghana hondo palm. Release the money for scholarship activity. When you use 400,000 Ghana cedis, say me come constituency 400,000 Ghana. They want to take this money quarterly. That is what has been rumored and alleged. Say quarterly biano, 110 million Ghana cedis for them. Then every year, that is 441,600,000 Ghana cedis. In the whole of ND system, 1.7 billion Ghana cedis. And they call just like that. Right. Now, my question to these members of parliament say, your public account committee, we should take it from today. Sadi we see and repealing us here twice a year. Any day, any time, some meeting on projects. Mon friend members of parliament here, this is come on some projects, you know. We should hold them accountable to the monies they have taken. These are the things the youth of this nation to sit down. About we budget was sit with Nisika or the Befenipa Ajumum in this year. Even replacement or more pension, about we want replace you. You are giving an MP 400,000 Ghana cedis. Near when you part to social media and a MP will be petitioning for 1,000 years, 38%. And not a hiamu. One time when money says social media. So this is what your MPs are in parliament doing to the people of Ghana. Thank you very much.
All right, Ghanaians will exercise their franchise once again in the next 4 years to come. So let's see what happens. Yeah, youth in drugs or in container or topics we are next week. Next week Monday,
my main started with the youth in drugs, you know. I think that me background in health administration. So when issues,
your health administrator,
health administrator,
health administrator. What you say? Yeah, I did my first degree in health administration. Yeah. So issues concerning health, you know, are not a very pertinent to me. Youth abusing opioids, especially tramadol. Tramadol, a pain relieving medicine for patients who are reactive to paracetamol. Once the basic pain reliever, paracetamol. Yeah. And when the pain is very, very severe, paracetamol intimi and handler, na yamao tramadol, and that's how I'm reacting. See a mebu not go so. Omo abuse, yes, be the red. Omo far, no more sign the actual energy drinking. Obi to me far as many as 5 because omo no ma. Na high one.
I call it TikTok. No, the born on someone and nobody is chasing them.
Do you know? And yet and no ma abuse you. Almost say no master you no bone. Account. And I think it calls for national concern. The effects are very devastating. The health implications, it could cause death in extreme cases. And almost say no more high and so social vices is on the ascendancy. We are high beer, and then they say we are on the tesoro. What you mean for true? Who says we are boy. So it increases social vices. And now the future of this country, which is the youth, they are getting destroyed through the abuse of these drugs. It's your best buying. Say, I will say, yes, me here, pa. You be kind. I will say, intensify education. Yeah, educated. We should go to the ghettos. Yeah, educating people, the youth, about the devastating effects of these drugs. Yeah, as soon as you say, go meet me, I share it. One more one.
We be almost why time?
Obijina hona wada.
Why time?
Can you imagine? Obijina ho pictures and videos on are. So education must be intensified. your radios, our TV stations, to see ano. I was saying sex education adores too much on our TVs.
And okay.
Obia be TV station or person popular. Sex programs. And then Obia can say, oh here and pass in chile biana. Your best remo. Mama Yantisonian indicated the youth, the ghettos. Yeah. They are the future of this country, and we are losing them to drugs. Into your best, you intensify education. And I'm running a regulated drugs and baka enforcement, Food and Drugs Authority, your best room. Any pharmaceutical council, medical and dental association, they should come together. No more make it tramadol, no more money prescribed medication. Because almost just working in pharmacies, no. You are not supposed to sell tramadol to any person who works in unless he has a doctor's prescription. Yeah. That could also help very, very well. And now, I was said, the private sector, only mean yakada, the private sector. Now, yes, in Ukraine, it may be Numa. Said, do one now, Numa papaya. There is no way, say, Omubeko into these drugs. So that is what I would say about drugs. No? Let me combine this issue about missing containers. No? So pathetic. I think that the right word we should have used stolen containers, not missing containers. Container in your wallet and a few ubutum to form. But we know the size of the containers we are talking about. Container, you see, 1,346 containers they are missing at the port. Ridiculous. Very, very, very laughable. It's only in Ghana and assassin meeting you see containers and top high sea anyera abedu port and you see they are missing. It cannot be. We a calculated crime. A calculated crime. We should hold people responsible. Who is responsible for making sure the containers? I will say, okay. We pay that person and see a charging for criminal negligence. Yeah, said if the containers are in your care, now also ayera, you for being there. So you should be charged for medical negligence, for criminal negligence. I will see a charge. Heads must start rolling. Your best there should be all the security agencies. Your friend is saying NIB, customs, whatever, any other regulations be about one year to get to the bottom of this. No, we should be serious as of mine because. Or why me see? Who value the worth of the containers here now? It is over $489 million. That is the worth of the value of the containers here. Ne bedu ye no so you see ECG4 any car on the back clear into no attractive over 900 million demurrage. Containers na ira no attractive 909 just only car na only car on the back crack. With the back clear, okay, saying, your best all agencies also ensure say you be retrieve our containers. No, they should be on board. Okay. The Minister for Energy, whoever, we should get to the bottom of this. We should find those who are involved and bring them to book. All right, that's it.
No. I mean, for your heading community, briefly now. I mean, to you.
Okay. Minya, Wahine, I am a year cancer bebre. Odame akasa bebre hwe ye wonema bi a ekoso krum ha odwene ho a wonte ase. I want to say something about the drugs. Let me for containers na ye ende ene ye nyina ati asisi a ura Medina market most of the provision shops no ade na ye chichiri wi no your friend Rezila
wonu ni nyina
minim ni nyina say me go the street ya
no more chichiri wi no
your friend Rezila
okay amoton
me say we do opia monti sisi ya ko we do ofa kuruma ha bia wo ya ho emfa me ro tifa ase ha red ko ase ha red ko achire ha ya de fa ho shops number bi nketen na e wo ho bebre entu mfa wie ne ba Ghana ha o enam port ne ba ha enti free port e ba no all the ports na e ba na ensuo su de na e form de no the agencies e wo port mo bi say mo say Rezila na e ba ha no ye de be ye printing anase ye de be ye banner. You look at it like, and as some can just say a draw, just go around. The security they know it, and then you allow all these things to pass through Nembra Ghana and Diabahano. DNA di babaye. Have you asked yourself these questions? There are no places maybe a pie scatter. Kumasi now the minister no. I say there's a place called Tenka. Kumasi. There's a place Bizo another places or my declare say yes when you go school because SDA around 2006 2007. Now you will be near from some gym. Nay night club. This EOP could feel the time and no daytime of Bonnie beer you want to all these drugs. We have social media or more yet try sell more drugs me bomb. We know all these locations. Yeah, but Tramantia near pretend as you name the Okoso. Okofa Osu High Street is here, yeah, but you're trying to cigarettes near the door. They are selling all these things. You're your man, you do rolling your mouth. Ukra winning said they rolling a bit more to be police are patrolling every day. How does these things get into this country? You know, ecstasy more, trauma more, all these things. How does those things get into this country? Anytime, you better say, you win this animal no. You may say, how does that bulk and pallet comes out? But if a sources in if you never you not share any question. Say she know. Say a champion. The question said nobody knows about it.
She know dear. What
you say? Last in the previous Parliament, they were moving say no maybe to say marijuana no. They should move to legalize the commercialization. When you go to places like you, Ghana, no between man, no say me, may I do what the men you have. When we have the importance of some of these things, I didn't we know me, I'm a great advocate. Medicinal yes. Galamsey sense as no say Western region, Ashanti region, my say and Sasana, Galamsey was no, reclaim ya, Yamfa could you not buying and regularizing the year, yet be by Antare, yet be by Nuro, yet be by Numa Bebre, industrial uses, you bring oil of you bring essential oils near the film there. When we leave it like that. Now buy pen and new shah. I hope a great area. Obi a man who's be I don't want to do anything there. Missing containers one no. A former Ghana Port and Harbour Authority, Mr. Richard Anamu or something. He say the containers can never end me and because there is nobody able to me rat my port after even a pin from them when you don't go through the legitimate process where your police or soldier or customs or fire service or all these people are there. And the containers in the buy between that period of time yes cast any money near port in 24 and the engineer say they say we should be containers in the water.
All right, you fancy a brand ever transfer from Mr. 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Yeah, I think there is this issue about directive from Donald Trump. So it imposed 10% tariffs on on a friend is saying exports coming from Ghana. I think I would say Omayano through the Ministry of Finance and then Exporters Union Association. So Mushia. Now we should find a way forward because there were a lot of negative implications. The tariff is going to increase the price of Ghanaian goods in US. So per basic economics, no. The prices echo up with demand on the international markets, especially US, no, echo form.
All right.
And there were a lot of effects. It's going to affect employment because if there is low demand, employment will be affected in Ghana, and also the GDP will be affected. It's also affecting negatively our CD stability.
Okay, as long as I can say. Airport plane me no asmana bana age media no so aboso for the past 2 weeks I want to ask 3 legitimate questions for her. Say minua philosophical ache obese Ghana for taking it serious ye ka kire say airport no na no CCTV cameras nyina wo ho o meyi a video footage of some pictures no dey ba no emma bontin say the day plane ni ba for the 5 days no omo show mu obi a pictures no mra bontin ties na omo say bese san Ghana ha no bibisa philosophical ache say ties no plane ni two ho na papaye ana ebesi for na pie and the two wiem enam wiem na pie say nam wiem na pie adenti na say otimi besi Ghana has san tire aden na the main location na wo kon 1 million 2 nkosi 1 ties na wo ho na hano belande as ties no wo. We have heard people making commentaries say na plane engine leaky ebesi ties. They should be very specific on the issues.
And are they engineers?
Ye ka kire aban say and some na eba no ma o meyi Felix any or minua Sami Jamfi say aban should be they are state agencies. Let them respond to some of these issues. Your Ghana Airport Company or your aviation for we have not heard any of them speaking to these issues. And now Ahmed for no there are people making investigations, so the MS will also come out to clarify themselves in these allegations.
All right,
thank you very much.
Those watching us, Black Soul is making comments here. Ghana for the Adriane Kosisa Omesua nti omusu omunyesum. Joseph Andrew Kofi on also the Nadia Abba Nasset King so over from London. Yadamunina Ase for watching. There's a birthday wish. If you knew about Matilda Pram Pram or say Barikisu Obuja. Barikisu Obuja. This is coming from Matilda Pram Pram. Also today is your birthday. And sister Barikisu. Happy birthday. Nyame Emma Okatente na Oma Hwadi Bebe Barikisu. May God bless your new age. Papa. Yediasi. Amena Fojo Shadrakase. Na one a secretary, business executive for Ken and the chairman. Adame Kwesiapea. Bedo Mase. And common be wa ibeko details pa next week. Nyame Yaduma na etimedama. Amena the entire production crew ni nase. Mona boy evangelist Justice Afo Nabidra for focus Elikem Bentemu na mbojuma pa Mr. Finn. In fact, omo ye juma papa ofia. Medini o wa hene entwi buisi akonyame aduma echina ebesa so hia.